Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, this is a quick one. So yeah, it's no joke. At this point, I know you can search that for yourself because it is trending in the internet at the moment. That yeah, Mexico is on its way to ban memes, and I see that happening because look how it started. So the Mexican government right now is a full left wing communist. They are communists, and it's funny how they want to claim we are not communists, we are socialists, but they are the same shit. So they have gone away with a lot of censorship, but every single person that is criticizing a politician on your average mainstream media on Mexico, they are getting the platform by the government, getting fined and debanked. All of that at the same time, while also you have the fucking cartels, which is the real government here, because they, over the last year, people were sharing and still sharing the news of all the political candidates that got assassinated in Mexico. So the political party that currently is governing Mexico, which is called Morena, they did a deal with the cartels to kill all of their oppositions, and they did. That's why they were the headlines of all of those assassinations happening. And when they did, they get the vast majority of municipalities, counties, uh, and also the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate. So when all of that happened, yeah, they started to approach it like even like I covered the taxation on video games with the excuse that we need to tackle the violence when we can clearly see that the culprits are them more aligned with the cartels. Cartels, like for example, that people have shared like Cartel Jalisco New Generation, which is a cartel formed by former corrupt military and federal law enforcement. So yeah, those guys are no joke. But putting all of that into the mix, you have a politician that decided, oh well, we need to stop the bad optics of the government. And what excuse they had? Ah well, they had this one, which is jailing everyone up to 6 years in prison for memes, especially if you is those memes are criticizing or mocking the politicians. So even when the fucking mouth breathers of Mexico that say, "Oh, but with the previous governments we were worse," poor fucker, they were called out in the past and they easily down the criticism. Hell, you had even government officials that just say, "You know what, fuck it, let's embrace the mockery." They didn't give a fuck. But the fact that the current administrations for Mexico care so much about this, at this point, I don't want. It's obviously a dictatorship. Let's not fool ourselves here. It's a dictatorship, but also to end this because this shit is going to be approved unless you have a foreign force like the U.S. Dictating. You are not going to do that. You know why I percent that this law is going to be approved and they are going to implement the party as just like within the UK is because yeah they have the majority of the Senate and they are going to approve this law faster than you could blink. And to make things worse for Mexico because they are just getting in a very heated moment because well they should have voted correctly. Here is how it is going. So you have these cartel statements, and yeah, they call it narcomantas, just like Metropolis MX are calling here. So those narco billboards, well, if you can call it a billboard, well, it's a small one. They were stating that they are going to kill U.S. citizens that are in controlled territory of the cartels. So you could label that all US citizens at this point, hey, you get learn the message that You wanna be safe, I suggest you to go because they are vicious. They don't give a fuck anymore. And those cartel members are upset because of the closed borders of Donald Trump's administration that have been put out with. They cut off a lot of revenue. The U.S. administration, I know right now, they are cracking down on all the revenue of the cartels that they have made using U.S. banks and businesses that are tied to them in Mexico. They are going to crack him down on them, and yeah, that they are getting a little. If I can say little, if it's not over the top, that yeah, they really want to make money, and they at this point they don't care threatening the U.S. citizens. Yeah, I'm not making that joke here. So look, even just to read you this post because it is more coherent than myself just explaining this. In two narcomantas hunt in Los Cabos, Mexico, narco-terrorists warned the DA and the FBI, we will begin to eliminate every American citizen resident in areas where we have a presence. Yeah, and it's not joke. So yeah, it is. Sinaloa's cartel threatens to kill U.S. citizens living in Los Cabos. So yeah, they let in this one. Let's see if we can actually. Fuck, man, it's not that big, but it can use zoom. So you have. Oh man, they done a poorly job making. Oh, here it is. To Cash Patel, Renak Thompson. So they are calling for this message. They are directing this message to the head of the FBI. So even mentioning the current president, Claudia Sheinbaum, and her Fuchs, the Secretary of Defense. So they are saying, you are going to be responsible, or what we are going to do, uh, starting now with this war, to every single U.S. citizen. In a short summary, because look how emotionally they sound, because they are threatening. And also look at this nonsense. Here in this one. Also, we want bonus students that if they don't obey and bend to us, oh man, yeah, they are going to regret that. So yeah, Mexico is a banana republic, but yeah, for many people outside in the world, I know they don't feel sympathy for them because they voted for this government, despite that they had a chance. But people say on the internet they need to go the way of Nepal. It's impossible. The Mexicans they are afraid of guns for the most part nowadays. Hell, they have even government campaigns to disarm their people, changing guns for toys and small amounts of money. Oh well, what we do a safe place for children. Having guns, teach properly how to use them, is actually create a safe environment for children. Because at least you are going to stop the kidnappings, the murderings, the illegal recruitment of children for the cartels' roles. But, well, since that they don't want to figure it that one. So, yeah, I want to share this one with everyone on this channel. So that's it. Thanks for watching and please take care.